I've had nystagmus since birth.
Nystagmus is when I wobble my eyes.
First thing people ask me, does your whole world move? And it's quite important just to tell them, like, no.
What do you see? What can you actually see? Everything blurs. It's like driving in the fog. Road signs sort of emerge out of this fog and trees emerge out of this fog, and everyone panics because it's so terrifying driving in the fog. That's my world all the time. And when it's here, I see what you see. But as soon as it's here, that's blurred, that's blurred. Those two colours have gone into each other. So on the street, I can't recognise people. You know, people beep at me from cars. I think that I don't know, are you beefing me because I got in your way? Are you beefing me because I know you? So, you know, I've upset a huge amount of people over the years through just not being able to see them.
Good evening, welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Richard Osman.
Presenting with nystagmus is very difficult, as you can imagine. A lot of presenting people do by autocue, and I can't see it.
Hiya. Hi everybody.
So I just don't use autocue. I try and learn everything, you know, which is any teenager with nystagmus will tell you, that's how you get through school.
Studying at university with nystagmus, I find is manageable. Every day in the lecture theatre, the front row is always free because no one wants to sit on the front row, but I'm not bothered. The impact nystagmus has is mainly on microscope work. The image tends to wobble around, but then if I close one eye, it stays still.
Liam is my teaching assistant. He helps me when people are looking at the whiteboard and I have to have it on the iPad.
The school have accommodated Harriet's nystagmus with things like the sloping wall, the colour of the paper, the fact that they recognise that she might get tired eyes at different points of the day.
School is tough when you have nystagmus. A teacher has to write things on a board, but you can't see it. That material is not available to you visually. But what that meant for me is I listened a lot. And if someone told me something, I made sure I remembered it. It developed skills in me that I wouldn't otherwise have.
For us, the fact that we thought she was visually impaired, therefore couldn't drive, it's like a milestone that you think your child's going to meet, and you have to just think of a different route.
So when I was 17 and I found out that I couldn't drive, first thing that came to my mind was like, oh no, like how am I going to get about? But then the second thing that came to my mind was like, oh, I'll never be the designated driver for the pub.
My child's not going to be able to drive. What on earth are they going to be able to do? My child's not going to be able to drive. And you know, it is difficult, but it doesn't make the world a terrible place. There are wonderful things about not sitting boxed up in a car all day, every day.
Some sports I just found impossible because, say, cricket, tennis, hockey, the ball would just like appear about 2 feet away from my face.
I can't see where the ball's directing. Could be like, if it was going to the right, I'd thinking it'll go up.
And I'm just the biggest sports fan in the world. But no, I'm not going to become an international cricketer. I've always loved watching. I've always loved looking at the stats. Oh! My love of it is so much greater because of my inability to play.
So I played rugby and it suited me because people could literally just put the ball in the hands like Forrest Gump and just say run. So naturally, American football was just a great fit for me when I reached university.
Immortals on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Immortals! If your child has eyesight that is worse than you, I promise you they have other senses that are much, much better than you. They're hearing things that you don't hear and they're understanding things you don't understand.
When I'm a grown-up, I want to be a teacher.
Some people with nystagmus might worry how the condition will affect them. I managed to get into top university, I play American football, I have a girlfriend. I've just never let nystagmus hold me back and things are going great.
Anyway, let's play Pointless, shall we?
Everybody in their head feels different. Everybody feels they've got something missing. You know what? Ours is our eyesight. Let's just deal with it. I was brought up not to consider it a disability. It is a disadvantage in lots and lots of areas, but it needn't be a disadvantage throughout your entire life. It needn't stop you achieving. It needn't stop you dreaming and doing the things that you want to do.